Well, good morning. I am Troy Jessup. I go by Jupiter around the con. It'll be a pleasure to meet many of the new faces that we've got here today. I'm going to get through this slide deck at a saunter today, so we can get right to your keynotes and other things. But a couple of things that we're going to mention today. First and foremost, do we have slides that you can put up there? I've got really cool slides. They're there. Okay, so a couple of things. The Saintcon conference, for those of you that are new here and don't know, is put on by the Utah Saint organization. It's a nonprofit that's dedicated to cybersecurity community and education in the Intermountain West region, and it's now expanded beyond. How many of you are from way out of state at this point? There's going to be a lot of hands in the room. We appreciate you coming all the way out to Utah, Provo, Utah, to join with us. This conference wouldn't be possible without a lot of volunteer effort given by many committee members. Many of them are represented here with an avatar, but there are so many more faces and people behind the scenes that help make this possible. Saintcon is an all-volunteer effort. There is nobody that gets paid to participate or to administrate or anything for the conference. And so we appreciate all their efforts. This, by far, is our largest conference ever. There are 2,025 people joining the conference this year. I don't know if that's worth applauding or not, but that's a lot of people. And it takes a lot of logistics to manage a conference that's growing this big. I will have a conference update and a lot more details about the conference. If you want to hear those stories and other things on Thursday, invite you to come and listen there. But this conference is a community conference first and foremost. We want you to feel like you're at a big cybersecurity family reunion. And if you don't have that feeling throughout the conference, I would inject that you're probably doing it wrong a little bit. So interact, network with people, and just have a great time. This is a fun place to explore and find new interests and hobbies and projects that you either take back to work or those dead project piles that you have on your home desktops and things. But the conference grows each year, and we see that. How many of you are here for the first time? This is your first conference. There's a lot of you out there. We welcome you. We hope that you feel involved and included in our community and that you have a great time here. Next, we wouldn't have the success that we have at Saintcon without the Utah Valley Convention Center, the venue host that we have here. There's a story behind the slide. Those that know. But we wouldn't be able to hold this without a partnership that we have with the Utah Valley Convention Center. So in the event that you have activities or other events that you need to host, this is a great venue. I'm not here to necessarily promote. It's not a paid promotion or anything, but they certainly do work really well with us and make it possible. So we appreciate them. A round of applause is absolutely appropriate here. So thanks, Danny, Kemper, Justin, and all of that team. All right, this year we have more communities for you to explore. Communities at Saintcon are fun little areas. I'm talking to the new people. That's okay. The rest of you can doze for a second. Communities, you're going to find them down on the expo floor. Some of them are actually upstairs as well. These are areas to go and explore different aspects of cybersecurity, technology, and really learn and understand how to get engaged in those areas, how to learn, what to learn. Some of the best experts in these individual areas are here on site and are willing to interact with you. We've got a lot of contests. One of the other fun things, there are some people now that come to Saintcon just to play in the contests. We won't tell your bosses that paid for your ticket to be here, but there's so much learning and stretching and skill growth that you can have by participating in some of these contests. And so we hope that you'll at least play Hackers Challenge a little bit and see if it's your thing. And thanks to Santi, and others that are working on some of these incredible contests. Events. Events are that other thing that we do to kind of capture your imagination or to take you off into a deep, dark realm of, what do we call tinfoil hat talks? It's just kind of a weird thing that we do here. So explore some of those as well. They're going to pop up and pop down, and you might miss it if you aren't looking for it and such. But there's certainly some great things there. Odie wanted to make sure that I reminded everybody that some of the events require a sign up because there's limitations on how many people and things. So check the website for details on some of these events. And for those of you that are staying locally in some of the hotels and stuff, there's a conference center on the first floor of the Hyatt that will be open, and we hang out over there, and that's kind of the chill space in the evenings. So please come over and enjoy. It's a great place to network and meet some people. A couple of other housekeeping items. We're going to talk a little bit about mini badges. How many of you brought a mini badge this year to trade? Okay. I have it on pretty good authority based off of what we've seen so far. There's about 1,000 different mini badges that you could collect this year if you got one of everything. There is an archive. There's a brand new community, the mini badge community downstairs. I highly encourage you to build a mini badge and submit it into that archive, and we'll put it on those display boards and we'll bring them back to Saintcon year after year, and you'll be able to see the progression of your own growth in mini badge building. But I also put the avatar of my wife up here, who is one of our committee members. For those of you that don't realize how much of a pain putting mini badges into baggies is, my wife can tell you stories. And all I wanted to do is just take a moment and recognize her for nearly 30,000 mini badges that she bagged single-handedly. I don't know where she is, but thank you, honey. All right, last real housekeeping thing before we pass it on to some more interesting stuff. The Saintcon store is downstairs in the very south part of the building. We already got through a lot of stuff last night for pre-reg, right? Okay, the best stuff goes fast. There's a lot of cool trinkets, projects, swag, and other things down there. We don't charge a lot of money for our swag. We literally take what it costs us as a nonprofit, and we mark it up to the next $5 mark, whatever that is, and that's what you're buying it for down there. The proceeds that we get out of that go in to help support the organization, leasing storage space, all the other things that we do. But we're not there. It's not a profit center for us. So go enjoy that. Please buy the things that you are interested in and encourage that. Next, we are going, this year, what you're going to find throughout the whole conference and event, the artwork and everything else, is a post-apocalyptic cyber wasteland theme. And to introduce and talk a little bit more about that, I'm going to welcome Clipper to the stage. Don't trip. Yeah, this guy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, fellow packet splicers. This year we decided to do something a little bit different. We decided to try to theme the entire convention around a central idea. So first off, special thanks to our fabulous event staff, communities, contest for leaning into it. AppSec Carnival Games, wherever you are, you got the assignment. Great job. But yeah, so this world that we're going to live in is the final conclusion of our 3-story arc. If you'll remember from the first year, the Cyber Guardians, where they inadvertently let surge the Clippy AI upon everyone. No, I'm not doing the voice. No, nope. In our second one, you remember there was a great battle with the Clippy AI, and we were ultimately victorious. However, it came at such a great cost that all that's left is kind of remnants of electronics and stuff that's coaxed to life with hope and dreams. And so I invite you to join our post-apocalyptic cyber wasteland, see what stuff can still work, and as you'll notice, there's some spinning symbols right there. Just like Jupiter said, we're a community, we're tribes, we're family. So once we get this all set up and ready to go, you'll head down to the video board that you saw down there with the 3 sides and turn your wrench, which will sort you into your team for the rest of the badge game, which I will hand this off to Michael after Jupiter to go next.
Oh, great. All right, thank you. It should be really immersive. We've done our best to decorate downstairs. Just, you'll see, it's pretty cool. All right, next, Well, now we broke it. Hold on. Oh, it was supposed to tell you to wrap up too. Sorry. All right. Next, what we'd like to do is to introduce and talk a little bit about the badge. I'd like to invite MK Factor up here, but also while he's coming up, recognize his team of incredible folks, whether it's Redacted, Vortex, BP, Mini BP, and of course, Mike's wife. So here to talk about the badge, Compukid Mike.
Hi. Thank you. Yeah, and another huge thanks to my team. They are awesome and put in countless hours to make this happen, and couldn't do it without them. So the badge being a wrench was, kind of part of the theme with trying to rebuild and salvage what we can of what's left of the world. With that, there is in the conference pamphlet, there is a comic in there that kind of explains some of the backstory and how some of the badge game works. The wrench has NFC on it. So one of the cool things you can do if you're not even playing the game is you can scan it with your phone. Just on the top right side, there's an NFC antenna there. You can scan it with your phone and it will connect you to the Wi-Fi here. So if you don't want to type in Saintcon 25. So a lot of the badge game is based around that NFC interaction. And of course, if you have a wrench, what do wrenches turn? Nuts. So we're all going to be adults about this. There are a bunch of these around the conference. And these are at contests, communities, events, and even the sponsors have them this year. And so you can get points for the game by participating in those things and take your wrench, go on here, turn it. It works best if it's actually flush against here, okay? And you will get points that you can use in the game to open up the network nodes that are also all around the conference, little green pedestals, and do some network connections and help your team earn points. So there are not individual points this year, right? You're using these credits that you earn to play the game to help out your team. So there are 6 different factions, and we'll see by the end of the week who comes out victorious. We also have some stuff in the Hackers Challenge. For those of you who want to hack on the badge, there's some things in there for that. And I want to plead with you to not attack the badge game infrastructure. Okay, it's not designed to be hardened. It's designed to be fun. And we have in the past had issues with people breaking things intentionally. And when you interfere with someone else's experience, that's when it becomes a problem. Okay, so please respect the infrastructure, play. If you want to hack on the badge, it's in the Hackers Challenge, and do it that way. Thanks.
Thank you, Mike. He's done an exceptional job this year. So please explore the badge as you go through things. Oh, and I had a graphic for that for you too. Okay, couple of things about growth and Saintcon. Badge enforcement this year will be a thing. When you get this big and there's so much popularity and us selling out the conference in 28 hours, there's a lot of people that want to sneak in and do other things, and it creates problems and disruption. And so there will be badge enforcement. So please don't forget your badge at home if you're traveling back and forth or over at the hotel. You will be asked to go get it to come back into the conference. This is a new phenomenon. Unfortunately, it's kind of a necessary one. So just warning you ahead of time that we'll be doing that. A couple of other last minute things. Saintcon does have a code of conduct. If you're not familiar with it, it's pretty standard type language, but we respect all thought and expression and other things here at Saintcon, especially around cybersecurity and different ideas and things. So if you're not familiar, we encourage you to go take a look at that. We do have a network that should be very reliable and very fast for you while we're here. Every once in a while, we run into a little hiccup and stuff, and we ask you to just be patient as we try and run a network for 2,000 people on top of all of the other requirements and stuff. So Kevin Howard, or goes by Lean, and his team have done a great job setting that up, and hopefully you'll have a great experience. I do want to mention the 2.4 gigahertz band this year is reserved. Please don't stand up access points and other things and disrupt that if at all possible. And you can get the credentials from your badge. Last couple of things. Discord. This is where we as a cybersecurity community as part of Saintcon participate. This is a year-round thing. The tagline here is join for the conference and stay for the community. If you're not a user of Discord, we encourage you to join those conversations. There's probably a conversation right now in one of the channels about this presentation going on, and encourage you to engage there. There's smart, capable people who are willing to engage with you. Another housekeeping item, we offer free drinks here at Saintcon. You just go to the fridge, you grab one, and you drink it. There's not a gatekeeper or anything else. It's a fun perk. We've had it at Saintcon for years and years, and it's made possible in part by that partnership that we have with the Utah Valley Convention Center. What we're asking is help keep this free by only taking what you're going to drink while you're on site. You're welcome to drink as much as you want, but don't take 5 home or to the hotel room and stuff for overnight, if you would, please. So there's that. Lastly, before we turn it over, we want to recognize our sponsors. We have 2 event partner level sponsors, CompuNet and EOS. Are they in the room? You can at least wave your hand, or maybe they're not. They might be downstairs setting up their booths and things. We couldn't do this without sponsors. They provide a lot of the funding that helps subsidize the cost for everything. In addition to these 2 premier sponsors, we have a whole list of other sponsors that are participating. These represent many of the top technologies in the areas of cybersecurity and other things. So go explore down there and find or see if there's a solution or a product or something that fits in your environment that you would need. And most importantly, at the end, we just want to thank all of the committee, staff, team leads, keynote speakers, volunteers, and you, the community, for making this conference possible and successful. We really appreciate it. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for being such a great community. All right, we are honored to announce our keynote lineup for this week. We have some of our best keynotes. We say this every year, and it's the same every year. We have some of the best keynotes you could possibly get. John Hammond, Jeff Moss, and John Strand are going to be here. And if I can get the thing to work. It kind of died again, sorry. And we're ready to start into that keynote, but to introduce our keynote speaker, I'd like to invite Andy Piazza. Is that how you pronounce that? Andy Piazza to the screen, or the stand, and off you go.
All right, I'll be fast. You're not here to see me. I talk tomorrow, though. Come see me. Selfish plug there. All right, so raise your hand if you've ever seen a John Hammond video on the YouTubes. Holy crap. I'm excited to tell you, he sounds like that in real life. He has that radio voice always on. It is fantastic. I was really hoping it was going to be all high pitch when I met him. It is not. He is also in a death match for life against Grifter to be the nicest guy in InfoSec. So if you see them fighting later, it's because they both are competing to be the nicest guy in InfoSec. He really is the sweetheart that he is on video. So yeah, this guy has over 2 million subscribers on YouTube, around like 1,700 videos, I think, already on YouTube. That's not including all of the ones that he's been in with other friends and presenters. That's just content on his own. He has 2 of those like YouTube plaque things, silver and gold. I think it's for best InfoSec feet on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure. Could also be for best hair. It's actually incredible set of hair. I'm kind of jealous. With that said, it is my pleasure to introduce your Saintcon keynote for this morning, the Cyber Ed Sheeran. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend John Hammond.